students. Today we will learn the topic correction of errors. First of all, errors basically are of two types: those which do not affect the trial balance and those which affect the trial balance. If we prepare a trial balance and the totals of both sides is not equal, it means there are some errors which affect the trial balance. And if the totals are same and there is no difference but still there are some errors, that means these are the errors which affect the trial balance agreement. These types of errors which do not affect the trial balance are difficult to trace out. Those errors which do not affect the trial balance agreements are error of omission. Error of omission is when we forget to record a transaction. For example, goods sold to Adam $50 not recorded in the books of accounts. Error of commission and error of principal, these both types of errors are when a transaction is recorded in wrong account. But what is the difference if both are the errors of recording a wrong account? So students, for example, rent is an expense. Expenses are nominal accounts. If rent is recorded in salaries account, this is wrong account. But both expenses relate to same class. So if a transaction is recorded in wrong account of same class, this is error of commission. Similarly, if we received an amount from customer A recorded in customer B, this is wrong account. But because both are customers, both belong to same class, that's why this is error of commission. Now, if for example repairs account, repairs to machine, it is an expense. Repairs to machine is an expense, is recorded in machinery account. Machinery is a non-current asset, is a real account. So if an expense is recorded in machinery account, if a nominal account is recorded in real account, this is wrong account as well as wrong class of account. So students, if the transaction is recorded in wrong class of account, this will be error of principal. If transaction is recorded in wrong account of same class, this will be error of commission. Now let us discuss error of original entry. Error of original entry is when a transaction is recorded with wrong amount. For example, goods bought on credit from Rahim $63 recorded as 36. Amount is wrong, this is error of original entry. Complete reversal, when debit account is credited and credit account is debited, this is error of complete reversal. For example, cash received from Ali. In this transaction, cash had to be debited and Ali had to be credited, but Ali was debited and cash was credited, so this is error of complete reversal. Compensating errors. Compensating errors when there are several errors. For example, let us move to the trial balance. For example, if we overstate purchases by 100, this is one error, and we overstate sales by 100. These are two independent errors in two different accounts, but these compensate each other in such a way that trial balance total will remain equal. So compensating errors are more than one errors which compensate each other, which cancel out the effect of each other in such a way that trial balance totals remain equal. For example, we have stated trade receivables overstated by 50 and wages understated by 50. So these will cancel out the effect of each other. Trial balance totals will still remain equal. So students, these are the 6 errors. In Cambridge exams, you might be asked to write definitions, you might be asked to identify the names of errors from the given transactions. Now we will try to solve May-June 25 question of errors. Students, when goods are taken for own use, to correct an error, you first of all need to know what are their original debits and credit. Whenever owner takes anything for personal use, drawings are debited. When owner takes goods for personal use, purchases are credited. Now let us see what was the error. It was recorded as cash drawings. It means drawings was correctly recorded, but instead of crediting purchases, we made a credit entry in cash account. Now student, cash was wrongly credited. This is the error. When an account is wrongly credited, it should be debited to correct. And this account had to be credited, but we forgot to credit it. Now purchases will be credited and cash will be debited. Now students, cash debit, purchases credit 185. Students, you need to remember that in correction always debit account is recorded first. Sometimes students write it in this way, which is wrong. Purchases 185, cash 185. This is wrong because in the first line you always have to write debit entry. So bete, please be careful. Now let us try to solve the second one. Motor expenses. Expenses are always debited. By bank transfer, amount paid by check, bank had to be credited. So this account had to be credited, and this account has to be debited, and this account had to be credited with 63, but it was recorded as 36. So I can say motor expenses was debited 27 less and bank was credited 27 less. So we will record it as motor expense debit, bank credit. Now let us move to question number 3. Capital introduced. Capital when increase is credited, but it was credited to bank loan account. This account was wrongly credited. So if an account is wrongly credited, record it as debit entry. Bank loan debit, and credit was omitted to be capital was omitted to be credited, so capital account will be credited here. Number 4 is to some extent difficult. A purchase invoice from Maya. In this transaction, students' purchase had to be debited and Maya had to be credited. Now the error is this was not recorded in Maya, it was recorded in Moira. Moreover, it was debited. So Moira is wrongly debited, so in correction we will record it on the credit. We had to make a debit entry in purchases account, but it was credited to the purchases account. Bete, purchases we had to debit, it is credited. Now because this was reversed, when a debit account is credited, it will be corrected with double amount. Purchases will be debited with double amount. I think it is 168. And Moira was wrongly debited, Moira will be credited. And originally, because goods were bought from Maya, we had to make a credit entry in Maya's account, which was omitted. So now in correction, Maya will be credited. Number 5, Bilal's private insurance. Bilal is the owner. Private insurance will always mean students' drawings. Actually, this was to be recorded in drawings account, but it was recorded as expense of the business. So this account was wrongly debited, and we will now credit it. And this had to be debited, was not debited. We will make a debit entry in this account. So students' drawings will be debited by 130. And insurance will be credited by 130. Now journal entries have been made. In the next part, we are asked to calculate correct profit. Students' original profit before correction of errors was 12930. Now how to calculate corrected profit? Students, first step is, in the journal entries, try to figure out which accounts are related to income statement. As we already know, cash is not recorded in income statement, purchases is, motor expenses are recorded, not bank loan, not capital, yes purchases, not Moira, not Maya, not drawings, yes insurance. So students, I have marked a tick for the accounts which appear in income statement. Students, if any income statement account is credited, it will increase profit. For example, in error number 1, it will increase profit. For error number 2, motor expenses are debited, this will decrease. Number 3 will not appear. Number 4, purchases are debited, so any debit account will decrease profit. Number 5, insurance is credited, any account that is credited and related to income statement will increase profit. So students, corrected profit after adding and subtracting these items will be 13050. Now in C part, we are asked to calculate correct capital balance. But we have to see in correction which accounts relate to changes in capital. First of all, profit. Profit changes capital, so corrected profit will be added, which we have calculated here, 13050. Then additional capital that was introduced by the owner will increase capital. Then drawings will decrease capital. Drawings, $130. And cash drawings are also given as 11260 GB minus. 11260. These are the cash drawings given here. ठीक है. अच्छा. So what is updated capital now? That will be 9860. In the next video we will try to solve next questions relating to the same topic. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.